We're gonna get ourselves back into some martial powers here on Monday. Give me a check in here to check my signal, make sure that we're looking okay. As soon as that thing pops up, there we go, it should be good. Thing pops up, yeah, that sounds good. Cool, now I am going to, if you check down the link below, in the description down below, there's my Twitter feed, which I just posted that I'm live. So if you're catching Twitter, you'll get notifications like this that I'm live. Otherwise, I'm just taking a moment here to kick through the Discords that I like to hang out at, like DMsGuild, Creators Lounge, Drive Through RPG, Indestructible Boys Designosphere, Trent Monk's Optimizations channel, Dungeoneers Pack, Classes and Constructs, Zipperon. These are all the channels that I hang out at, talk DMing, talk about game design, talk about ideation and character concepts. Rich Mary, Fries Mini, Clear Corner, and Dungeons and Dragons Discord itself. So those are my haunts. And today we are exploring. Let's see, martial powers. Let's get into. Like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. If you check the link down below, there's a DMsGuild link that shows you this cluster of color mana spell points. These are all different books that I've made regarding color mana for MTG using in the 5e game mechanics on DMsGuild. What's most important about this is that when you go to any one of those specific titles and check out the preview, it's 100% free preview. You can read everything cover to cover. Decide if you like how the mechanics work for the type of game that you want. I would obviously encourage you to purchase them if you like them, but if you want to run a full 1 to 20 game campaign before you know that these mechanics are good and that they're good for your game, take that opportunity and then come back and support my work. The Patreon link that's in there as well is notable because that is the document that we're inside of. If you follow that Patreon link to the content that we have, you'll see this playtest document that we are inside of. Here, the Martial Powers open playtest content. Starting up here with Martial Powers, it goes through the scaling system, the multi-class system. It goes through Barbarian path, Fighter archetype, Rogue archetype, and then gets into Monk, Paladin, Ranger, as well as talks about Warlock and Artificer. Then goes into specific how Martial Powers works. The list of powers, this is all very rough alpha, not even edits yet. So this is just a raw document. It won't be the final product that people can purchase. That'll obviously be on the DMsGuild, but that too will be 100% preview. So this is kind of a sneak peek at what we're working on, though the final wording and some of the mechanical designs is going to change. Once this goes to layouts, once this goes to edits, this document freezes. It's no longer cutting edge anymore, but it's good enough for you guys to get a taste of what it is that we're doing here. There's about 170 different spell-like abilities that these martial classes can use. It's a mana expenditure system that lets you either spend mana to gain extra dice on things or to just get different features that trigger as a result of you spending the mana. They're all here for you to chew through. You can, instead of learning powers, you can learn additional feats, which kind of coincides with the direction that Wizards is going with adding prerequisites into feats that you can attain. Power gear are magic items that you can use with martial powers that we've done the preliminary footwork for. And right now, coming up, we are working on more monk traditions today. And then we'll, probably next week, we're going to go through another, if we finish today, which I doubt we will, because we only got about an hour today to flow. So I'm going to hit my timestamp here real quick to make sure we are on point with our time. So let me just take a moment here to hit the timer. And you guys are welcome to come along. If you're checking this live with me, drop me a hello. Otherwise, if you're catching this after the fact, it'll be included in the playlist. This is, issue 36, 33, I think. Of the martial power system that we've been developing. So it's been a long, fun process here. We've been flying casual because also in my Patreon there's a link to the playtest for the In Command Mass Combat Guild and Kingdom system, which has a modest 34-page tear out that is specifically for Spelljammer ship combat, boarding, and exploring in space. That might be done as soon as tonight or tomorrow. I'm expecting to hand it off to Ukulele and Adam for preliminary chew and spit of what's still good with the system and what needs to be updated. And then hopefully we're going to, we'll be in layouts for Spelljammer as early as mid-September. And so I'll be kicking out artwork and map updates for that system. And hopefully we're going to be able to see the thing actually publish maybe late September, like hopefully the last week of September, or if we have to, beginning of October. In addition to that, we are working on the Eberron 8th level adventure, Crystals of Mabar with Andy the Old Goat. That is officially sitting in playtests with different DMs that are just looking at it as a consumer. Do I want to put my players through the challenges provided in this adventure or not? And so we're getting feedback from them about any kind of marketing changes or about any clarifications from the mechanics that are in that document. And so starting this evening, I'll be doing more artwork and map prepping and spot art for the Crystals of Mabar and Eberron. That'll be tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time for probably a couple hours. So we've got martial powers here, we've got In Command, Spelljammer, Combat and Exploration, and then we got Crystals of Mabar. So those are the 3 books that we have on tap right now. Both Crystals and, well, Spelljammer is like maybe 5 hours away from going to edits, so hopefully we'll be able to crack that out tonight or tomorrow, and then hand that off and then start working on the book cover and all the interior artwork for that. Crystals of Mabar is officially in playtesting, so all I have is artwork for that now. And then we have the martial powers that we're working on right now, which is still in mechanical development, which will come out after both Crystals and Spelljammer. So I guess we just keep on keeping on, right? When we last left off, let's see, we had chewed through the Ascendant Dragon. We are now down into Way of the Astral Self. So let's see what crops up for us to chew on with Way of the Astral Self. See if anything grabs our attention that needs to be changed for it to mesh with martial powers. That's all we're looking for, is what mechanical changes do we need to make to the subclasses so that they still work as written, modified to work with the martial power system. So, like for instance, martial power starts with a D6. So one of the caveats we have in here is that a monk can use martial powers. You can use your martial powers die instead of the D4 that you would start with. So that's like an easy change. There's a number of class feature changes that we have here that, again, you can look at in the document. If you click on the Patreon link down below, it takes you right to the playlist that we've been doing for martial powers, as well as the current live document. It's read-only, but you can read it. So there it is. It's only for reading. It's not official playtest. It's not official content yet. It's just playtest stuff. So if you want to build a character with this stuff, run it through some things, anywhere from level 1 to 20, shout back at me. Let me know how it's going. I've been using it with our 16th level team with a ranger, an arcane rogue, or a arcane trickster that's weaving in martial powers with the spells that they normally have available to, as well as a druid that's been dipping into exploits as well. So we've got a pretty high-end campaign with a lot of mana being thrown around, and so far it's sussing out. So would love to have some more feedback from folks that can take a look at this document, and if this stuff is striking your fancy, drop me a line. Say hey. Love to get in a conversation with you. Let's see. So, Way of the Shadow, that was fun. Ascendant Dragon, that was cool. Way of the Astral Self. So, let's get back into this. Let's see. Forms. Don't care about forms. That's up to you. Arms. So, let's go with Arms of the Astral Self. Third. Let's see what it does. Your Mastery of Ki allows you to summon a portion of your Astral Self. As a bonus action, you can spend 1 Ki point to summon the arms of your Astral Self. When you do so, each creature of your choice that can see within 10 feet of you must succeed a Dex save or take force damage equal to 2 rolls. Wow. Your Mastery of Ki allows you to summon a portion of your Astral Self. As a bonus action, you can spend 1 Ki point to summon the arms of your Astral Self. When you summon these arms, each creature of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of you must succeed a Dex save or take force damage equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die. And then for 10 minutes, the spectral arms hover near your shoulders or surround your arms, your choice. You determine the arm's appearance. They vanish early if you are incapacitated or die. While the spectral arms are present, you gain the following benefits. You can use your wisdom modifier and plus your strength roll to make strength checks and strength saving throws. That's cool. You can use the spectral arms to make unarmed strikes. I'm fine with that. When you make an unarmed strike with the arms on your turn, your reach for it is 5 feet greater than normal. I'm fine with that. The unarmed strikes you make with the arms can use your wisdom modifier in place. Okay, fine. There's no need for changes here. No changes. So, 11th, no changes. Like, all that stuff works just fine with martial powers as written. So, there's no need to make changes just to make changes. That is not why we are here. Oh, I am clearly in the wrong area. Let's kick out of there. Drop down to here. Visage of the Astral Self. That's 6th. I don't anticipate changes here either, but let's look. You can summon the Visage of your Astral Self as a bonus action, or as part of the bonus action you take to activate the arms. You can spend 1 Ki to summon this visage for 10 minutes. It vanishes early if you are incapacitated or die. Was this 10 minutes as well? 10 minutes. No, it's 10 feet. Creature, 10 minutes. Yep, there it is. So 2 points instead of 1. We're at 6th level, so that hits your mana limit. I'm cool with that. Your max key spend at 6th level is, at 5th level is 2, so this complies. Let's see. While the spectral visage is present, you gain one of the following benefits: Astral Sight. I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Okay, cool. Yeah, no need for changes. And then. And this is going to be body. This will be 11th. When you have both your Astral Arm and Visage summons, you can cause the body of your Astral Self to appear as well without spending any action. The spectral, you can cause the body of your Astral Self to appear. The spectral body covers your physical form like a suit of armor connecting with the arms and the visage. You determine its appearance. When the spectral body is present, you gain the following benefits: deflect energy. When you take cold acid, cold fire, force, lightning, or thunder damage, you can use your reaction to deflect it. When you do so, the damage you take is reduced by 1d10 plus your wisdom modifier, minimum reduction of 1. Empowered arms. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a target with the arms of the Astral Self, you can deal extra damage to the target equal to the martial arts die. So I have no problems with that. Awakened Astral Self. It's the 17th level. Let's if this comes through smooth without having to make any obvious changes, then the whole thing can fold in as no changes. So let's see. Your connection to the Astral Self is complete, allowing you to unleash its full potential. As a bonus action, you can spend a total of 5 Ki. That tracks at 17th level. To summon arms, visage, and body of the Astral Self and awaken it for 10 minutes. This awakening ends early if you're incapacitated. While awakened, gain +2 to your armor class. Sure, why not? Astral Barrage, when you use the extra attack feature to attack twice, you can instead attack 3 times. All attacks are made with your astral arm. No change. All right, well, that literally has no need for changes. So that's cool. Let's go to Drunken Master. Let's expedite this process and just flip through the Drunken Master real quick. See what's inside of it that may need alteration, and if everything comes up clean, we can just bounce past it. But if there are need for changes, they need to be addressed. So when you choose this tradition at 3rd level, you gain proficiency. Okay, I'm fine with performance. That's cool. And brewer supplies. That's cool. Drunken technique. Twist and turn. Quokka is part of Flurry of Blows. Whenever you use Flurry of Blows, you gain the benefit of the disengaged action, and your walking speed increases by 10 feet. I'm fine with that. Tipsy Sway. You can move in sudden swaying ways. You gain the following benefits. Sleep. Indestructible made an interesting revision of the Drunken Master, by the way. If you're looking for something a little spicy, check out Indestructible stuff. Fungi. Great, smart guy. Knows his shit. But I'm not looking to rebuild somebody else's work. I have my own ideas about Drunken Master that I will be introducing as a separate product, along with Way of the Open Hand, as well as Way of the Kinsei. So Drunken Master, Kinsei, and an Open Hand, those 3 will be in a book, probably like, I don't know, traditions of martial, I don't know, art, martial traditions maybe, who knows. We'll see how that goes out. But let's see, Tipsy Sway, you can move in sudden swing move to leap to your feet. When you're prone, you can stand up by spinning collective movement. You gain the following benefits. Okay, fine. And then redirect attack. When a creature misses you with a melee attack roll, you can spend 1 key as reaction to cause that attack to hit 1 creature of your choice, one other than the attacker that you can see within 5 feet of you. Okay, that's fine. I think we have something like that already in Martial Powers. So, but this is a free thing. You can, it's a one. Yeah, it's comparable. Drunkard's Luck. You always seem to get a lucky bounce at the right moment when you make an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw, and have disadvantage on the roll. You can spend 2 keys to cancel the disadvantage for that roll. It's expensive, but let's go into the Martial Powers list and see what we have for powers that could potentially match or replace this. I'm fine with it staying as is. It's not as efficient as other options, but that could be kind of a point. So let's see. Let's see. Where are exploits? Let's see. Commanding Presence, Empowered Shot, Extended Far Shot, Field, Flash of Insight, Roll with Advantage, Natural Hunter, Proselytize, Resilience, 1 Power Die, Swift Tools, Unnerving Focus. When you make an ability check, they can use specific options. Ideal Save. When you make a saving throw, you can choose which saving throw to roll to determine if you succeed or not. Phase Attack, Precise Attack, Skilled Prowess. You know what? Honestly, Ideal Save should go to 3. tools, saving grace. That feels better. Oof, actually, no, that's too expensive. Saving grace needs to go back. That feels safe. That feels good. You know what? Okay. So those are the exploits, which just modifies a die roll flat out without requiring any actions. So let's go down to reactions real quick. See if there's anything interesting here. Feint, interpose, parry, riposte, first strike, overstep, telekinetic barrier. Nope, there is. That does not clash or conflict with anything. That's super cool. So we can just leave that be as is and skip to Maloo next. Shadow. Way of the Drunken Master. So far, so good. Drunkard's Luck. It's expensive, but all out. Actually, it's pretty good because that's anything, basically. You can just get rid of disadvantage on a d20. I'm good with that, and I don't feel the need to steal that power to replace it. Intoxicating Frenzy. You gain the ability to take an overwhelming number of attacks against a group of enemy. When you use Flurry of Blows, you make up to 3 additional attacks with it, up to a total of 5 Flurry of Blow attacks. For that, each Flurry of Blows attack targets a different creature this turn. That is a lesser version of the Whirlwind attack that we have, but it scales the same. It just doesn't deal as much damage. The Whirlwind that I have deals more damage. This doesn't cost anything other than Flurry of Blows to use it. When you use your Flurry of Blows, you can make up to 3 additional attacks with it, up to a total of 5. 3 additional attacks, provided that each Flurry of Blow attack targets a different creature this turn. You make up to 3 additional attacks. Intoxicating Frenzy. Let's see. What is that, 17? Make up the, okay, so let's see. Burn 1 additional key to make up to 3 additional attacks. Total 5. Provided each flurry So the only thing I had to change is Intoxicating Frenzy because of the way that we have, hey, thank you for that. We're gonna do another 20 minutes here. The Flurry of Blows that we have allows you to sustain it as a sustained effect. If you lock 2 mana, you get 2 attacks every bonus action while you sustain that power, or you can just spend a single point to get your normal flurry of attacks if you don't want to lock it, or if you're not high enough level yet. The 17th level thing, you can either be locking your flurry for 2 key, or you could still be spending your 1 point per key to get your flurry of attacks. But this is either whether it's locked or you're doing a per use. This is allowing you additional attacks. So I want to cost an extra point. Target different attacks within reach. Can't be locked. Can't be sustained. There. It's cool though. I'm into it. It's a useful ability. There's a lot of stuff that we included in Way of the Four Elements, but most of that's in another book already. That is part of that bundle if you check down the DM's Guild link below. So I don't want to duplicate all of it, but I do want to address what is present. So let's go to Four Elements. Let's go with that. Breath of Winter. Let's go with Discipline. Key, cost, minimum level. Clinch. Attunement requires third. Control mountain defense. Stung skin. Cone of Cold is a 5th level spell that requires. It's a 5th level spell, so they have the level of spell +1, and it's available at 17th level. It's a 5th level spell. Let's double check that real quick. Let's double check that just to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass. 5e, Cone of Cold. Yeah, 5th level. Okay. and it's available at 17th level. However, Stone Skin is also available at 17th level. It is 4th level spell. They're only letting you take powers at their levels, scaling as though you are a subclass caster, but they're giving you access to 5th level powers. So technically, to me, that means that you're actually a half caster, and the amount of key that you get certainly scales that way. It's perfect for the martial power system, but it also means you get some stuff sooner than you would have already. For example, that 4th level spell, 4 key cost. 13th level is when you have a max key limit of 4, so it becomes a 4th level power. Veins of the First Strike. Thunder Wave is a 1st level spell, so that's going to be Fist of 4 Thunders. It doesn't need to cost more. And they're breaking their own rules by having something cost 2 key at 3rd level. The inconsistency is frustrating to me. Fist of Unbroken Air. 2 key. Costs 3d10 plus an extra d10 for each additional key you spend, and you can push the creature up to 20 feet away from you and knock it prone. So this would be 30 feet. Yeah, 3 key is fine. Pistol Unbroken Air. Fireball. Gong of the Summit. Shatter is 2nd level. Mist Stance. That should be Gaseous Form 3rd level. Ride the Wind. Fly. River of the Hungry Flame. It's 4th, 13th. Rush of the Gale Spirits. Gale Spirits. What is that? Gust of Wind is 2, 6. Shape of the Flowing River. 1 key. I'm fine with that. 30. Let me double check. Fist of the 4 Thunders. That's what I wanted to double. No, it was the Fist of the Unbroken Air. Is that what we're looking at? I want to double check that real quick. So let's dive into our double check docs here. 14. Fist of Unbroken Air, 2nd rank. Yeah, okay. Where are we at? Shape the flowing river. Sweeping Cinder Strike. Powers, C, spell casting, flow. C variant spellcasting below. We're going to have a section about mixing. We'll have a chunk about mixing spells and powers together. Like if you want to mix and match them, like our Arcane Trickster is doing in my game. This will apply here. All these rules are already laid out. If you check down the description down below, that elemental key that we just popped open in Word, that's already on the DM's Guild. Check the description down below. Click into it. Click into the bundle. Click into elemental key. And you'll be able to see the full thing as it's published currently. It's going through revisions. We just need to do a piece of artwork for that revision. It's on the back burner right now because it's part of the bundle. The bundle's doing great. So don't need to make changes yet, but once I get to those changes, I will certainly appreciate and welcome their presence. Water Whip, 2 key. Let's double check that I kept Water Whip. Let's just go into the actual doc. That's what the document looks like. Rattlesnake, Water Whip. It's 2 mana at 6th. Okay, cool. That tracks. I should probably rearrange these things so they scale by level. But let's just finish the thing. Wave of Rolling Thunder, 5th. That's another 5th level. There you go. Wave of Rolling Thunder equals 5, 17. Let's just sort these out real quick. $13. Ninth. Get rid of this minimum level column. Cool, and enough. Now on to the Kinsei. Let's see what we get to do. Let's see what the Kinsei has to say. Hey, Kinsei has to say. All right, Kinsei. How are we doing on time? We're doing pretty good on time. So we got Kinsei, Long Death, Open Hand, and Sun Soul. We have the Kinsei, who cares? Path of Kinsei. Kinsei weapons. Choose 2 types of weapons to be your Kinsei weapons. 1 melee weapon and 1 ranged weapon. Each of these weapons can be any simple or martial arts weapon that lacks the heavy or special properties. The longbow is also a valid choice. You gain proficiency with these weapons if you don't already have it. Monk weapons. 6, 11, 17th class level, you can choose another type of weapon. I'm fine with that as is. I mean, I have huge changes I want to make to the Kinsei, but they're too extensive. They're multiple changes, multiple pages of changes that can't really be encapsulated here. They deserve its own product, which I'll bundle and discount with this and be 100% free to view, just like the Elemental Key book that's in the link down below. Again, we're trying to address what needs to change about this so it complies with how we're building martial powers in general. So if it doesn't need to be changed, we're not changing it. So continuing forth with the effort. Kinsei weapons, that's fine. Agile parry, attack action. This turn, holding a Kinsei weapon, you can use it to defend yourself from melee attack, getting +2 launch. Next turn, as part of an attack action. Yeah, that's fine. Kinsei shot. You can use a bonus action on your turn to make your ranged attacks with a Kinsei weapon more deadly. When you do so, any target you hit with a ranged attack using a Kinsei weapon takes an extra D4 damage of the weapon's type. Kinsei shot. Let's go with... we'll go with... Path of the Kinsei. 3rd level. You know what? That didn't cost anything, so I don't need to change it. It's free. D4 for free? That's cool. Might actually be something worth keeping there for myself. One with the blade. You extend your ki into the Kinsei weapon, granting you the following benefits. Kinsei weapon. The attacks of the Kinsei weapon counts as magical. Death Strike. When you hit a creature with a Kinsei weapon, you can spend 1 ki to cause the action to deal 1 additional damage target of your martial. That works fine as created. You can use this feature only once on each of its turns. Granted, just any strike is better, but this is Death Strike, so cheers to you. Kinsei weapon, 6th level. Choose another type of weapon. Sharpened blade, 11th level. Bonus action, you can spend up to 3 ki. Hey, we'll reset that. 3 ki, that's incurred with 9th plus. To gain 1 Kinsei weapon, you touch a bonus to attack and damage rolls when you attack with it. The bonus equals the number of ki you spent. This bonus lasts, you expend up to 3 ki. To grant 1 weapon, you touch a bonus action or and damage rolls when you attack with it. The bonus equals the number of ki you spent. This bonus lasts for 1 minute or until you use this feature again. This feature has no effect on a magic weapon that already has a bonus in attack and damage rolls. It doesn't need to change. Kensei weapon, 11th level, you gain another one. 17th level, unerring accuracy. At 17th level, your mastery of weapons grants you extraordinary accuracy. If you miss with an attack roll using a monk weapon, you can re-roll it. You can use this feature only once on each of your turns. That's fine. And Kensei weapon, choose another one. Okay, great. No actual need for changes. I mean, we can do a hell of a lot better, but we don't actually need to make any changes to make it work. And that is, again, what we are primarily concerned with right now. Do we need to make changes because of the system? And as is, that's fine. We'll have our own take on it later. But so far, Kensei works as intended with martial powers. Doesn't change anything. So, Wail on Death, what up? Touch of Death. Death, extract vitality from another creature as it nears its demise. When you reduce a creature within 5 feet, you 0 hit points. You gain temporary hit points equal to your wisdom modifier plus your monk level minimum 1. That's fine. Hour of Reaping, 6th level. You gain the ability to unsettle or terrify those around you as an action. For your soul has been touched by the shadow of death. When you take this action, each creature within 30 feet of you that can see you must succeed on a saving throw or be frightened of you until the end of the next turn. That's fine. Mastery of Death, 11th. You use your familiarity of death to escape its grasp. When you reduce to 0 hit points, you can spend 1 ki, no action required, to have 1 hit point instead. That's great. Touch of the Long Death. You can channel energy of death into creatures as an action. You touch 1 creature within 5 feet of you. You expend 1 to 10 ki. The target must make a con save, and it takes 2d10 necrotic damage per ki point spent on a failed save, or half that. Sure, we can just leave that be. Yeah, we'll just leave that be for now. Open hand. Starting when you choose this tradition at 3rd level, you can manipulate your enemy's ki. When you harness your own, whenever you hit a creature with one of the attacks granted by the flurry of blows, you can impose one of the following effects. It must succeed. Dexterity save. It must make a strength save. Way of the open hand. That is going to be open hand technique. There's the language. While using a flurry of attacks, that's the language. While using flurry of attacks there. You can burn 1 additional ki. There you go. Yeah, the sustaining portion is the important part. Let's see. Succeed. Leave that like that. Wholeness of body. You gain the ability to heal yourself. As an action, you regain hit points equal to 3 times your monk level. You must finish a long rest before you can use this feature again. Okay, well, it doesn't cost any keys, so I'm cool with that. But what about regaining it? As an action, you regain hit points equal to 3 times your monk level. At 6th level, that's 18 hit points. At most, you could do 2d6 normally. And it's a long rest, so regaining it with spending 2 ki doesn't make any sense because that ki can be regained on a short rest, not long rest. So I'm okay with leaving that as is. Tranquility. You enter a specific meditation that surrounds you with an aura of peace. At the end of the long rest, you gain the effect of a sanctuary spell that lasts until you start next action. Same throw. Blah. Cool. You regain the ability to set up lethal vibrations in someone's body. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, you can spend 3 ki to start these imperceptible vibrations, which last a number of days equal to your monk level. The vibration are harmless unless you use your action to end them. To do so, you and the target must be on the same plane of existence. When you use this action, the creature must make a con save. If it fails, it is reduced to 0 hit points. If it succeeds instead, it takes... ridiculous. You can have only 1 creature under the effect. So 3 ki, you hit something, and then use a standard action to do it again. Save or take stupid damage. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, the vibrations are harmless unless you use an action to end them. Must be on the same plane. Con save. See, there's no limit. There's no limit to how often you can do this, but it costs 2 actions and to get a con save. God, the 0 hit points. God, that is ridiculously powerful. I'm fine with that. Quivering Palm, geez. Quivering Palm just feels like it should be more expensive than it is. Alright. And we'll go with... body, tranquility. Hate on me if you want. Way of the Sun Soul. Radiant Sunbolt. New attack. Enough. Sunbolt, and then Searing Arc Strike, 6 level, 2 key. That's fine. Searing Sun Arc. No changes. Searing Sunburst. Each creature in that you have the ability to create a thing, action orb, erupts. Each creature succeed con save 2d6. That is going to be let's change here. Gain the ability to create an orb of light that erupts into a devastating explosion as an action, as a maneuver. No, as an action, because it doesn't cost anything to do it initially. You magically create an orb and hurl it at a point you choose within 150 feet. When it erupts into a sphere of radiant light, or but a brief but deadly instant. Each creature in that area must succeed a con save or take 2d6 radiant damage. A creature doesn't need to make the save if the creature is behind total cover that is opaque. You can increase the sphere's damage by spending key points up to your max key limit, up to your max channeling limit. There. And then Sun Shield, 17th level. If a creature hits you with melee attack while that light shines, you can use your reaction to deal radiant damage equals 5, sure, whatever. That's going to be Sun Shield. I have changes to this. For another document. But that's easy enough. Brr. And that concludes our quick revisions of the monk subclasses that exist currently. So, hey, that's honky dory. wicked smooth. So cool. Let's scroll down here. We'll probably come back and revisit this. Coming up, monk traditions resolved. All right, so next week we're going to come through. We're going to sweep through the powers again and do some more rebalancing. We'll then look at DM's use of martial powers. Actually, next week. Next week is a holiday in America where I'm happy to be. I may or may not be on vacation. I'm not sure what the plans are going to look at. I'm either going to be on stream a lot on Monday or not at all on Monday. So we'll see how that pans out. But we're going to go ahead and cut stream here. How long have we been at today? Yeah, just hit an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. Having gotten through the different monk disciplines, it's time to step away. Next week we will be looking at DM's using martial powers for creatures, like as legendary actions, lair actions, and stuff like that. And then after that, we'll go through a review of powers and balancing the ranks again, just going through the whole list, making sure we like how things are sitting, make sure that I haven't been any updates in our past testings. Then we'll follow up with paradigms of power. Cleaning up the class language that we have just built with the monk, the ranger, the paladin, the fighter, the rogue, just going through a full sweep again, making sure I like how things sit. We'll resolve any clashing language. We'll create some examples of different characters using martial powers. We'll look at designing unique power gear examples. Oh boy, we're getting pretty close on this project. So we're going to be able to probably have this thing done probably sometimes I'm guessing in October. We're going to be done with our first blush with this project, and thus be able to hand it off to Ken to start doing an editing pass. God, that is exciting. Holy Hannah. Man, this thing's coming along. Once this thing goes into edits, we won't be doing any more martial power development on these streams. Instead, what will happen is we'll start doing book cover artwork and wait for the edits to come back. Once the edits come back, we're looking at production content, which means that I can't publish, or I can't just have like open source publishing for the post-edit content that is there. But once the edits are resolved and any text changes necessary are resolved, I'll then be able to come back on stream with the finished text and start building layouts live on stream for you guys to see how I put the text. I flow the text. I just use Word. So you can see how anyone can do this is using Word as a program. There's multiple programs you can use. I get Word for free, so I use Word for now. Eventually, I'll probably start using InDesign, Adobe InDesign. I reckon at some point I'm going to need to start doing that. But so far, I'm happy with doing layouts and stuff inside of Word. It makes it super easy for me to go back through and make changes as necessary. And there's always changes necessary. So it's super easy to make those changes in the Word doc and just update the document from there. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, stick around, like, subscribe, share, follow me on Twitter down below so you can get an update. Follow the Patreon link to see how this living document's coming along. Check out my books on DMsGuild just to see what I produce. And if you like the work, certainly buy it. Follow me on Patreon if you want, but you can check out this playtest document without actually having to be a Patreon. It is not paywalled. I just want people to be able to see it, and that's a good place to park it. That's where we're at, folks. So I will be back on later on tonight to work on the Eberron Crystals of Mabar book cover for that 8th level adventure. We're gonna do some ideation and just some hardcore Photoshop work. And so I'm looking forward to getting back into that with you guys. So hopefully I'll catch you guys here later on tonight. And if I don't, hoping to see you soon enough. So cheerio.